So y'all, got some hauls to share with you guys. Recently took a trip back to California. Um, if you follow the SME Toys Instagram, you might have seen pictures. This is pretty much all the pictures I'm posting for the California trip, which, if you follow, you might know I don't always post pictures like at the time that it's happening or even around the time something. I have so many pictures on my phone to post on Instagram that that everything is usually delayed. But I wanted to get stuff posted while I was there, largely because I want to tag the location, and sometimes it's harder to tag that actual location when I'm hundreds of miles away. So anyway, ironically, I did not. I technically only bought one thing in San Diego. You see quite a few stuff here, but this is stuff kind of during and around the time of the trip. I'll explain in a second, but yeah. So anyway, before I get into these, again, I always feel like it's a while between videos, and especially doing stuff like this and just sharing and talking with you guys. Hope everyone is well. I'm a little out of it because the trip was pretty grueling, and especially the drive home from San Diego. Driving through the night, got home at about 4 in the morning. Still didn't sleep until around 6 a.m. and didn't get much sleep after that either. So anyway, hope everyone's well. Wish I could catch up with all you, but if you're watching this, please comment down below. I'm not even saying you need to comment about what I'm showing. Just I asked how's everyone doing? How y'all doing? For a reason. I don't ask it. It's not a rhetorical question. I really want to know. Anyway, so let's jump into these hauls. So the first thing, and this is actually before the trip. I grabbed these at a 7-Eleven before we got on the road to California, because had to get some iced coffee and some soda. And luckily, this particular 7-Eleven, I forget exactly which location it was here in Vegas, but they still had a set of the Deadpool straws. Now, if you're a fan of Deadpool and you were interested in getting these, I'd recommend checking, because a lot, at least here in Vegas, although I did go to several 7-Elevens while in California as well. Not that I was hunting for these, but just, to get drinks and stuff. I get a lot of drinks from 7-Eleven. Anyway, here in Vegas, these are mostly sold out. And one thing I found out from hunting for these and the cups, which I'll get to that in a second, at 7-Elevens here in Vegas, is several stores actually didn't even order them, which is crazy. But anyway, so these straws, Slurpee straws, really cool. And one thing that I find really cool about these and the cups at 7-Eleven, when you think about it, there isn't a lot of merchandising for the Deadpool movie. There's a lot of Deadpool merchandise because Deadpool is hot shit. But for the movie specifically, there isn't a lot. Think about it, there's no toys, and I don't mean even just Marvel Legends or, action figures, but really there's no kinds of toys. These are the closest thing we're getting to like a figurine or toy of movie Deadpool. That's to the best of my knowledge anyway. Unless you count like the high-end, 1/6 scale Hot Toys, but, I'm talking about toys. So anyway, if you're interested in these, I recommend checking your 7-Elevens. Try to get these before they're completely gone. Which brings me to the cup. I grabbed this while I was, I think this was still while I was in Ontario, California. I'd forgotten that there was 5 different cups. I had collected 4 while here in Vegas, and I thought I was done. And then, oh no, I got this in San Diego. This was I believe, before heading back to Vegas, a 7-Eleven stop. Anyway, this one says slurping ain't easy, which is cool, and it was a nice surprise because I really forgot there was a total of 5 cups. So there you have it. If you're not familiar with the other cups, I'll probably show in another video and take a closer look at these as well out of the baggies. I'll show off all the 5 different cups. Then I got some Hot Wheels here. Did not buy these. I have a cousin that we try to visit every time we go back to San Diego. Close cousin of mine, and now our families are close because my wife loves him and his wife and their kids. They're 3 kids now, but him and I were like brothers. He's like a little brother to me. He's 5 years younger, and he's like a little brother. He grew up, I forget what age he moved to San Diego and was practically my neighbor just up the street. I think it was like 3 or 4. So we really grew up super close and like I said, like brothers. Anyway, try to visit him every time we're back in San Diego, and almost every time he hooks me up with some Hot Wheels. He's a bit of a collector, which is always weird to me because growing up, like the last thing he was into was toys. So weird. Anyway, he's big into Hot Wheels now, and he's always got some spares to hook me up with. But especially cool, the Fast and the Furious Suki's Honda S2000. I never thought I'd get this because I never found it. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, yeah, I could probably get it for not so much on the secondary market, eBay or whatever, but just never got around to it. And it's, you know, it's one of those things where typically if I don't find it at retail and, you know, I can't get it off a friend or something, I'll live without it. But, so yeah, you know, sweet ass hookup from the cousin. This is probably going to be one of my favorite Hot Wheels right there. Love it, man. So, then there's a purple. That's a nice purple Nissan Skyline. A sweet ass Nissan GTR. And a couple Honda Cities, which I do have this one already. But I'm going to crack this open and give it to Summer. She loves Hot Wheels. She has her own little Hot Wheels collection. She's going to like that cute little car. And then the I don't know if it's the most newest, but it's a newer version, newer deco of the Honda City. So really cool. Big thanks to my cousin, as always, for hooking these up, especially that sweet-ass S2000, which, ironically, my cousin, Rowan, he had a Honda S2000. He used to be a street racer. Street racing, did some drifting, that toge stuff, going down the mountains, crazy shit. Like that one, now he's a crazy gun enthusiast, which is funny though, because I'm like, you know, some people might look at that's really dangerous, you know, being in the guns and stuff, but that toge racing, yeah, that was actually dangerous. I don't fear for his life being in the guns, but I feared for his life when he was into that. That's some crazy dangerous shit. But anyway, thanks again, cuz, for the hookup on these sweet ass cars. And now the only thing I actually bought while in California, or, you know, at least, you know, technically, you know, I mean, I guess you can count this, but I'm counting as far as like stuff along the toys and collectibles. Well, I mean, being a Deadpool cup, I guess that counts. But anyway, in a store, well, 7-Eleven is technically a store, but anyway, at GameStop. And I only went to that GameStop. Here's the thing. Most trips we've been able to take to California, I've been able to make some time to hit up some stores, still do some toy hunting, you know, but this time it was just really hectic, and I had zero time. If you saw, I posted on Instagram, I was able to drop by Five Below, but it was literally like 2 minutes in and out. I didn't get to really look. I went in there, snapped some pics. There was some stuff I wanted to buy, but we didn't have the time. We had to go. We were on the go, you know. Anyway, I only went to this GameStop because it's next. It's in the shopping center where we ate at Royal Mandarin, and that's always a must for us, eating at Royal Mandarin. For those of you, if any of you were watching, familiar with San Diego and Royal Mandarin, you know what's up. But anyway, so I went to that GameStop, saw some cool stuff, but the only thing I wanted was a shirt. And there was a sign, buy one, get one 50% off. So I was like, okay, you know, I only really want this, but, you know, that's a pretty good deal. And then I did find an Avengers one. But, you know, this one really must have. I never saw this at GameStops here in Vegas. Although, I haven't been to GameStop that much in the recent months, but then, this shirt would have been out around the time of the movie, which is a little while ago now. I never saw it. So I don't know if it just GameStop's here in Vegas never got it, but it was nice because I saw it, I spotted it, and it was on the display mannequin on top of the thing of the t-shirts. And this wasn't in the t-shirts, it was only on that display mannequin. And it was like, boom, it's my size. Gotta get it. So I grabbed this and the Avengers shirt because I figured, might as well take advantage of that 50% off a second one. But then when it was ringing up, the dude was like, oh, you know what, this might not actually apply the deal because this Justice League one is on clearance. And look at that, original price $19.99. This is so cool. I had to have it. I didn't care. I was gonna pay 20 bucks plus another $10 for the Avengers shirt. But as it turned out, this was on clearance, so that deal wasn't gonna apply. I was like, what? Okay, you know what? If it's on clearance, I'll just get this shirt. I didn't even ask how much. I was just like, I figure if it's on clearance, it's gonna be cheap. And I was like, if I don't have to get the other shirt and pay full price for this and discount price on that one, I'll just get this. Rang up, it was only 5 something. So, hooray for small victories, Me and DCEU, I love it. I love it. Love Justice League. So that's a nice little score to me. And then last but not least, and after I show you these hauls, I actually got some other things to share. I forgot to mention, I just realized it, brain fart. I just realized it right now. I intended this video isn't just showing these hauls. I want to give you guys a sneak peek of what I brought back from my parents' house. That was actually the reason we went down to San Diego. The trip was actually going to visit my cousin in Ontario, which we always love visiting. We visit them as much as we can. Ontario, California, not Canada, if you're not familiar. So we went there, and I figured. So it wasn't part of the original plan to go down to San Diego, but I figured, it's just another 2 hours away. Let's my wife was still gonna be off work, so I was like, let's leave in the morning, head down to San Diego, just spend a couple hours. I'll go through my stuff, get some stuff to go, and we can spend a couple hours with my parents, and then we'll be good. We'll go home. It didn't work out exactly as planned. We woke up late because we intended to leave around 6, 7 a.m. Ended up not leaving around 10. Still did our thing, but it took me longer than I expected also to go through my stuff, get the stuff. And then, still spent time with my parents. We went to eat, did a little shopping, and then ended up still visiting my cousin. And then, so that's why I didn't end up getting on the road until I think it was almost midnight. Or around past 10, 11, something like that. Yeah, I got home around 4. Yeah, so anyway, back to Vegas. Then I got back to Vegas, hit up Aditi's Discounts, found this, Deadpool Original Minis. Pretty cool, it's a whole set. I don't know if this was everything that was in the blind bags, but it's a set of 8 of them. Pretty cool for only $8. And I missed out on this at Ross. I spotted it, but that was one of those times where I was on the go, so I snapped the picture. I think I shared it on Instagram. I didn't grab it, and I've never found it again since, so it's nice to find at DD's for, I think it's the same price as it was at Ross. $5.99, even though the bro, Chris, Rex all 69, he found it on clearance at Ross for $3.99. The bastard. So, really cool. Fire Team Osiris. Really cool. Although they went a little overboard. I don't know if they did the same on Blue Team. I'll have to look. They went a little overboard on the weathering. A little too much silver on some of these guys, but still really cool. Glad to finally have this set. Oh, here, one other thing I want to show you guys, because I didn't show this in the haul video. I don't know. Yeah, I think I posted about it on Instagram, finding it at 99 cents only. So, I'm into Nerf as well. Found this blaster. It's a Jyn Erso Star Wars Rogue One blaster for only $10, which I know this is like an over $20 blaster. And it's really cool because it's a glow strike, meaning, and you won't see it because of day, but when the darts blast out of here, they actually glow. And it's one of those motorized ones. This is one of my first, or this is my first motorized Nerf blaster. So I'll give you guys a quick look. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna need a bigger clip though, because this clip only holds. Let's see if I can close out. Only holds six darts. I definitely want a bigger one. I love the motorized action though. I wonder if I put some better batteries in here, like some rechargeables, to will shoot just a little faster. But as it is, really cool Nerf blaster. So anyway, we're gonna go into the other room where I kind of stockpiled all the stuff I brought home, and show you guys what I brought back from San Diego, my parents' house. Okay, so here we are in the guest room. This might be an odd sight for you guys. This room was weird. There's a weird echo in here, but anyway, this might be an odd sight. You see this? It's all in trash bags. So quick note on that. You know, all my stuff is in boxes back home. Well, even here, you know, if you guys follow, you've seen glimpses of how I store my toys. They're all in those Home Depot moving boxes, actually. And those things, you know, they take up space. If I would have transported the stuff and as they were in their boxes, I only could have brought home a few of these. But I had a light bulb moment. I was like, oh shit, you know what? I'll just throw that shit in trash bags. And I can stuff, and even when I was going through the boxes and putting them in these trash bags, I was thinking, oh man, a bunch of these are gonna have to stay. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna separate them, get them in bags, and get them ready regardless. But I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna bring. I was only gonna bring maybe like half of all of these. Ironically, because they were in the trash bags, I was able to fit all these, and it was even like there was still a little room. Like I could still see out the window, which in the past when I've loaded up, I loaded to the point where I can't even see out the back window anymore. Anyway, so I was able to bring everything. I could have brought more, but it was going to take more time to go through, and I was like, it's okay. There's always next time. I got a good amount of stuff here. Pretty happy with what I was able to bring, so let's take a look. So first, I brought home now when I moved, I brought with me most of my other Mega Bloks, but because the Halo stuff took up a whole box by itself, I was like, and you know, at the time, this was like over a year ago now, I wasn't big, you know, I was at a time where I wasn't really actively into the Halo Mega Bloks, so I left them behind. But now I'm glad that I was able to get them. You know, I'd gotten a few Halo Mega Bloks since being here in Vegas, but, you know, again, my whole collection, the rest of my collection was left behind, but yeah. So this is probably the heaviest bag out of all these bags and the most filled. Glad to have, look at that Phantom. Man, so excited to go through these again. These are all the figures right there. And these, I forgot what these were called, Battlescape or something like that. Got two of them. And then Lego. I got, so with the move, I brought over a lot of Lego. And there's two bags. So in a way, there's more Lego here than Mega Bloks because it fills up two bags. But so I brought over a lot of my Lego, but I left a lot of it behind. And this is pretty much the rest of my Lego collection. The only exception being, I still have left behind, I think, one box that is all just, these are sets. These are, see, as you can see, these are actual sets. But what I have is a box of just like bricks, Lego bricks, and pieces, and, you know, and all that. But as far as my actual sets, this would make the rest of them. So now I have all my Lego with me, have all my Mega Bloks with me. And then over here, just as exciting, I brought over the rest of my G.I. Joe vehicles. I think during the move, I didn't bring any of my G.I. Joe vehicles. I only brought the mobile command center, but not the vehicles that were in boxes. And I know on some previous trips, I brought back a few smaller ones. But then this is the rest, which I don't have a huge collection anymore. You know, I've had tons more over the years, but, you know, little by little, I let go of a lot. Streamline, you know. But this is what I still have left. So, pretty excited to have my G.I. Joe back with me as well. And then over here, some other, I think there's some random stuff in here. There's some playset stuff. Got the old Batcave / Wayne Manor playset that was for the 5-inch animated series. I intend to kind of actually use it for like a 4-inch Batman and DC figures. Got this is a vintage Raw is War shirt. I think there's some other playset stuff. Playset / diorama stuff. And probably some other random things in there. I don't know what that is. And then, there's some kind of exciting stuff right here. Some other kind of vehicles and playsets. Check out this old Batmobile. I forget exactly what the line was, but I'm gonna check. It's a good size, and it's got other pieces that it's actually a really nice size vehicle. I'm gonna see how this fits the modern 6-inch figures. This Humvee right there, and I don't know if you can tell. Those are some 1/12 scale import tuner cars, die-cast 1/12 scale. I mean, 6-inch figure scale. There's a Hot Wheels track, and I think in here is more like kind of Hot Wheels and other die-cast playset stuff. And I think in here is just some random stuff, yeah. Figure cards and stuff like that, and Christmas stuff. And some smaller bags filled with, this is like random stuff. Got some balaclavas and stuff in there. Just random stuff. Got these little mini dios. Those are cool. What's in here? Ooh, this is cool. You know, I'm gonna save that for later because I have something else related to that. Got this helicarrier. I forget if this is, this is like the Play School. I got it to use with Mini-Mates, and also this there's other like minifigure type figures in here, and this 90s. Let's see if I can get that in there. 90s Sentinel. It's Toy Biz Sentinel from the 90s, which I intend to use with Mini-Mates. And then this is check this out. This is a cool old Mega Bloks set. Command Ops Secure the Dam. That's in pieces, so yeah, I have to put that together. As well as this other older, not super old, not as old, actually this Command Ops is older, but this Plasmaverse Tech set, which still in sealed bags. And then these are these Estes. I never really knew how to pronounce that. Model rocket company, Estes, rocket powered cars. Never used these. They've been sitting in the closet forever, since years ago, that I finally pull those out and try them out. And then back to this bag. Let me pull this up. Still in sealed bags. Here's the instructions. It is that C3 Batman Mini-Mates Batcave. Let's give you an idea what it looks like. I think this thing is pretty big too. Excited to finally, like I said, look, still in sealed bags, and this was from 2004. Never built it. Look forward to that. And then, last but not least, now some of these probably got busted up from the trip, because that's what happens when you put things in trash bags. But these are all Mini-Mates Batman vehicles also. There's a Batmobile right there and a smaller Batmobile. Oh, there's some BTR built to rule stuff too. There's Optimus Prime. But check out this Batwing right there. I don't know if, oh, this actually survived the trip. Really cool. So there you have it. Just a sneak peek. Oh, one thing came off, but sneak peek of what I brought back. It's gonna take some time getting these all sorted now into the rest of my collection here, but glad to finally have these. And I still have a few things left back in San Diego. Hopefully a couple more trips and I'll have the rest of them, and in the meantime I'm gonna have my hands full with all these toys. So there you have it. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks so much. Hope you guys enjoyed. Really appreciate it. Thank you.